Let me ask you something. When you lose a trade, who do you blame? The market? The news? Your broker? Bad luck? The algorithm? I have blamed all of them, and none of it helped me become a better trader. Here is the truth that took me years to accept. Every loss is your fault, not the market's fault, not the news, not your broker, not bad luck. Yours. That sounds harsh. It feels harsh. But here is what I did not understand for so long. Accepting that every loss is my fault is not punishment. It is power. Because if the loss is my fault, then I can fix it. If the loss is the market's fault, I am powerless. If the loss is bad luck, I am a victim. If the loss is my fault, I am in control. This is Chapter 3 of Mark Douglas's Trading in the Zone, the chapter on taking responsibility, not as a concept, as a complete, absolute, non-negotiable way of being. In this video, I am going to show you why blaming destroys your trading, why owning your losses sets you free, and how to make the shift from victim to trader. Let us get into it. The blame trap is the easiest trap to fall into. It feels natural, it feels justified, and it is completely destructive. You enter a trade. The market goes against you. You lose money. Your first thought is not, what did I do wrong? Your first thought is, why did the market do that to me? This is the blame trap. You are shifting responsibility away from yourself. You are making the market the enemy. You are becoming a victim. Mark Douglas writes that this response is natural because of how we were raised. As children, things were taken away from us. We were forced to stop doing things we enjoyed. We learned that pain comes from outside, from parents, from teachers, from authority figures. We bring this same mindset to trading. When the market causes us pain, we assume the market is the enemy. We assume the market did something to us. We assume we are victims. But the market is not your parent. The market is not a person. The market does not know you exist. The market does not care if you win or lose. The market simply is. When you blame the market, you give away your power. You are saying, I cannot control my results. The market controls my results. And if the market controls your results, you might as well stop trading, because you will never be consistent. The blame trap keeps you stuck. It keeps you angry. It keeps you revenge trading. It keeps you from learning. And it will keep you losing until you decide to stop blaming and start owning. Now let me tell you about the freedom in ownership, because it is real, and it changes everything. When you accept that every loss is your fault, something shifts inside you. The anger goes away. The resentment goes away. The feeling of being victimized goes away. Because you realize there is no victim. There is only a trader who made a decision that did not work out. Mark Douglas writes that taking responsibility means acknowledging and accepting, at the deepest part of your identity, that you are completely responsible for your success or failure as a trader. Not the market, not your broker, not bad luck. You. This sounds heavy, but it is actually liberating. Because if you are completely responsible, then you have complete control over your improvement. You do not need to wait for the market to change. You do not need to hope for better luck. You just need to change yourself. Think about the difference. The blaming trader says, the market tricked me. There is nothing to learn from that. The market will trick you again. You are helpless. The owning trader says, I misread the setup. I entered too early. I did not manage my risk properly. There is everything to learn from that. Tomorrow, you can enter later. You can manage risk better. You are not helpless. You are learning. This is the freedom in ownership. It turns every loss into a lesson. It turns every mistake into data. It turns you from a victim into a student. And students improve. Victims do not. Here is a practical test. Open your trading journal. Look at your last 10 losing trades. For each one, write down who you blamed at the time. Did you blame the market? Did you blame the news? Did you blame your broker? Did you blame the algorithm? Did you blame bad luck? Now go back and look at each trade again. This time, ask a different question. What did I do wrong? Did I enter too early? Did I exit too late? Did I risk too much? Did I ignore my rules? The first list is full of things you cannot control. The second list is full of things you can control. The first list keeps you stuck. The second list helps you grow. Mark Douglas writes that the worst consequence of not taking responsibility is that it keeps you in a cycle of pain and dissatisfaction. If you are not responsible for your results, you assume there is nothing for you to learn. You stay exactly as you are. You perceive events the same way. You respond the same way. You get the same results. Your trading journal is a mirror. It reflects back exactly what you put into it. If you fill it with blame, it reflects helplessness. If you fill it with ownership, it reflects growth. Stop lying to yourself. The market did not trick you. The news did not surprise you. Bad luck did not find you. You made a decision. It did not work. That is all. Now learn from it and move on. Let me draw a clear line between the victim and the trader, because they are not the same person, and you have to choose which one you want to be. The victim blames the market. The trader owns the loss. The victim feels betrayed. The trader feels informed. The victim looks for revenge. The trader looks for improvement. The victim trades emotionally. The trader trades systematically. The victim hopes for luck. The trader trusts the edge. The victim has an inconsistent equity curve. The trader has a steady upward line. Mark Douglas writes that the market does not create your attitude or state of mind. It simply acts as a mirror reflecting what is inside back to you. If you are confident, it is not because the market is making you feel that way. It is because your beliefs and attitudes are aligned. If you are angry and afraid, it is because you believe to some degree that the market creates your outcomes. The victim believes the market creates outcomes. The trader believes they create outcomes. Which one do you think is more likely to succeed? The victim waits for the market to change. The trader changes themselves. The victim hopes for a winning streak. The trader builds a winning system. The victim is passive. The trader is active. You have a choice. Every trade, every loss, every day, you can be the victim or the trader, but you cannot be both. So how do you actually start owning your losses? How do you break the blame habit? Here are 4 practical steps. Step 1. Stop using victim language. Do not say the market took my money. Do not say I got stopped out unfairly. Do not say the news screwed me. Say, I lost money because I was wrong. Say I got stopped out because my entry was poor. Say, I did not anticipate the news correctly. Language matters. Every time you use victim language, you reinforce the victim mindset. Every time you use owner language, you reinforce the owner mindset. Step 2. Review every loss within 24 hours. Not to punish yourself. To learn. Ask 3 questions. What did I do right? What did I do wrong? What will I do differently next time? Step 3. Keep a responsibility log. At the end of each trading day, write down one thing you did well and one thing you could improve. No blaming. No excuses. Just facts. Step 4. Forgive yourself. Owning your losses does not mean hating yourself for losing. It means accepting that you made a decision that did not work. That is all. You are not a bad person. You are not a failure. You are a trader who lost. Traders lose. It is part of the job. Mark Douglas writes that the most efficient path to discovering what you need to be successful is to develop a winning attitude, a positive expectation of your efforts with an acceptance that whatever results you get are a perfect reflection of your level of development and what you need to learn to do better. That is ownership, not blame, not shame, just learning, just growing, just becoming better. Let me leave you with this. Chapter 3 of Trading in the Zone is about taking responsibility. But responsibility is not a burden. It is a gift. When you blame the market, you are powerless. When you own your losses, you are powerful. When you blame the market, you cannot improve. When you own your losses, you can learn. When you blame the market, you stay stuck. When you own your losses, you grow. The choice is yours. Every trade, every loss, every day, stop blaming. Start owning. That is the hardest lesson in trading, and it is the most important one. In the next video, we will continue exploring Chapter 3. More angles, more depth, more ways to transform your mindset. If this video helped you, hit subscribe. Stack another brick. I will see you in the next one.